Hi, I'm Michelle Brain and I am the Midwife Hypnotist. And today we've got another birth story. And some of these birth stories that I share are amazing. Others simply should not happen. However, if you go in to have a baby on the presumption that I'm just going to do this and have no education and no understanding about how the medical profession can change the entire process of birth, then this is what happens. So recently I was speaking to a grandmother. She's a very young grandmother. I was quite surprised when she told me that her daughter had just given birth. And I told her what I did. She said, yes, my daughter ended up having a cesarean. And I said, and how did that happen? And she said, well, they decided that the baby was too big, so they induced her early. And then when they induced her, the baby wasn't ready and continued to increase the oxytocin or the syntocin, and her labour didn't progress, which meant she ended up with a C-section. Now, the baby was too big. Well, the baby was 8 pounds, a bit over 8 pounds, so yeah, not too big. But your body doesn't make a baby that isn't meant to come from your body. So yes, of course, there sometimes is complications. I've worked in hospitals where the Caesar rates are 2%. So it really does depend on who the obstetrician is and who's in charge and what the protocols are for that hospital. So tell me, if your baby's too big, why would we induce it to cause all the problems that have then ended up in a C-section? Wouldn't it simply be better to let the woman go to full term, to let her body go into labour naturally? And then if the complications did occur and progress to a C-section, well, it was warranted. But in this particular case, it was actually caused by the intervention of saying the baby was too big. Now, it just does my head in. So if you have a daughter who is looking to have her first baby, please be informed. Jump on to the Midwives Cauldron. It's a podcast by Rachel Reed. Grab one of her books, the AIMS book for the UK. There is so much information, there is so much research that is out there to say that what they are doing is so behind the times. They're going off research that was 20 years ago that was actually proved to be incorrect anyway. So if you are having a baby, be informed. If you don't know where to start, email me, message me. I can give you the books that you need. If you want to do a hypnobirthing course, by far I have done them in Australia. Now, the reason I did them was because I couldn't understand why women were coming in after doing hypnobirthing classes and progressing to having cesareans when I knew that they didn't need it. So I went and did these hypnobirthing courses, and now I understand. So the only hypnobirthing course that I would recommend is Catherine Graves in the UK. And yes, it's all online, it's amazing, but her resources are the best. The videos, she has so much free stuff there that you can just jump on and have a look. But if you're not interested in doing hypnobirthing, that's okay. That's okay. Some women like to do their antenatal classes in their hospital, and that's fine. And because of that, I am now going to release a course for birthing in trance. It will be aimed at the trance aspect of having a baby, how women naturally go into trance if they trust their body. And if they don't, then that's where it all gets lost. So let's teach women how to go into trance before they have their baby, so they're confident. So look out for that course of mine. It will be out in the next few weeks. But if you need to know anything about hypnobirthing, if that's where you'd like to go, along the hypnobirthing, which is not the same as birthing in trance. Hypnobirthing is your antenatal classes. Birthing in trance is teaching you to go into trance to have your baby. Check out my website, michellebrain.com. Look forward to seeing you all.